Season eno ya Uganda Premier League 2024-2025 timu ya Mbale Heroes we yakomyewo mu kibinja kyo waggulu omulundi ogusookedde eddala okuva bwe baagizaayo mu season ya 2006-2007 naye ng'ebula emipiira mukaaga season eno okuggwa emikisa gya Mbale Heroes okubanga esigala waggulu mitono nnyo kuba be basembye wansi n'obubonero 10. Wabaddewo bingi ebitagenze bulungi okusookera ddala ku kisaawe naye abasinga bagamba nti ebisinza okuleeta ebyo emivuyo egiri waggulu bingi ebibaddewo off the pitch. Ezo ezimu ku nsonga zetugenda okubeera nga twogerako kiki ekiri ku Mbale Heroes. Amanya Brian Kawalya era nkwaniriza ku Sports Nation ng'olwaleero ndi ne Vice Chairman owa club ene eya Mbale Heroes omukulu Badru Chemusto abasinga gwe mumanyi nga Badru. Erinnya lyo ndyogedde bulungi Chemusto.
Yes sir.
Chemusto. Tukwaniriza ku Sports Nation.
I think nali nabivaako ebya interviews. Bukyanga tujjamu okusankalamu okuwa team. Naye ekyali kya stopping okukola interviews. Kyali nti naye neetaaga coming down mpeko omukisa abantu abali ku timu ogiraninga nabo bategeere how football is run entirely. So kwe kugamba nti let me put a stop to interviews but the healing is done. Kati I'm a fan.
Free to talk.
I'm free to talk as a fan. Nokutereza city vice chairman anymore. I requested to step aside sometime back in I think in November. Yeah.
Wow,
last year na stepping aside. Ngamba abuta chankaranya team let others also lead.
Okuse kuchangalanya but anyway nakolako interview ne yasafu mwebaze zasooka yadda kubanku zina interview ziringa ndoza 3 nga twogera nnyo ku bice ebibadde ku Mbale Heroes yayogera bingi naye ng'olaba emivuyo waggulu awo giraga nti mingi bangi abankubira essimu n'abakungu ba Mbale Heroes bampeereza message abamu n'obajjukira sibajjukira oba naye waliko nomunga makirabo nga tugiri bubi Chemanyi naye waliko kubampeereza ku
naliko because Heroes tuli so passionate about the club. Abawagizi ne ba stakeholders bonna ababeera Mbale abali babadde ku Mbale abagisu b'amasaba bonna they are so passionate about their club. It's historical, it has a lot of heritage mu community yaffe, so anything negative kiba kibayisa bubi. So that's why maybe wali okola omulimu ogugwo gwosaanye okukola but taking it in was a problem to us who are stakeholders at the club.
Nagezako balancing stories and because olumu abamawulire like omwemu gwaffe olina okuwulira za side zombi ife wano mu Buganda tugamba tosala gwakawala nga towuliriza gwakalenzi. So bwe nafuna omukisa nenjogera ne kocha Safu mwebaze then waliwo omwami amanyi olumu gantawanyamu ndoza yali vice CEO yankubira ne tukola program nti tugenda shooting naye ambulira his side of the story because kocha Safu ya keeping anyo nga repeating anyo mu bantu beyogerako ku Mbale Heroes naye when olunaku lwe twali tulina okushuuti ali teyankwata kuba tiimu yali ezze eno ng'erinayo match before tiimu nga ngwende ndoza amaze okonfaminga promotion oba bali ndoza bagenda kuzanya Kirinda Boys bwembeera siri mistake.
The final game of big league.
Yes, final game ya big league naye ne tutasobola kukwatagana but nakitegeera kuba nagamba maybe nti bazze ku mupiira naye lwakuba yali ampadde ekigambo ki kati ndoza goba mukisa mulungi okuba nti nfunye gwe tugenda kuba tukolako ke clarifications eziwera naye tusooke tuddireyo ddala okuba nga tewaliiwo nga towali part of the team naye ogenda kuba ombuulira wawe wajjiramu ku Mbale Heroes because abasinga bakoma kugigoberera ezoni ya 2006-2007 lweyaddayo yaddayo ne teams nga City Lads, Mukono United, waliyo ne tiimu yali eva Masindi Lakiraka nayo baali bagiyita Masindi United. Tiimu ezo ezisinga tezaakomawo waggulu. Mbale Heroes eyise mu bingi era byenjagala otunyonyole kuba waliyo abamu bagamba eno si Mbale Heroes ate eyaddayo nti muba yava Kiboga eyo oba Kiboga bikoze bitya gye baagula negezaako tunyonyola olugendo olwo paka fe otuzzeemu giraba nga esikomyewo kawo mu bigirigi mulese basafu mwepaze era gujjadde.
Isi tusobola kutegeera bizibu byaffe era tugenzeeko mu history yaffe way back. The heroes okutandika ogitegeera nagitandika ndi muto nga ndi ball boy.
Ngoli ball boy?
Nga tuba ball boy okeera ku makya nodduka ewaka mumaze breakfast waliyo omupiira nga kivuba carols ezo ne mugenda mu kisaawe mulinze mupiira gwa ssaawa 10. So we've been part of the team. Mzeeyo wange he held a position Mbale Heroes enenyini. Unfortunately yafa in 2008. Ne motoka waliwo batransportinga ngaku because we had ebiseera ebya Kigege nga at times transportinga ku basambi bino byolaba nti tuyina trip tuyina match genda erya Ntonde ogenda wa. I used to participate but nange nesamba ku mupiira kata unfortunately oba fortunately nze nasambira barival ba Mbale Heroes called Garage. Mbale Garage. Biseera bali twava mu garage ne batuyita Arua Garage. Ne tusamba yomanyi mzee yali tali so much into us playing football. Nenva ku mupiira nenzira ku university. I lost interest in local football nenzira ku bitabo. Fast forward nze nkola ne Stanbic Bank nga regional sales and service manager
Mbale
mu Eastern region from Lugazi to Karamoja. So then nali Guru. I was posted Guru namala emyaka nga 3. One of my friends that's Ojok vice chairman in charge of business and business cheka mumanyi Ojok ali common ennyo because akolako ne federation as well, council Ojok naje Guru in 2019 nangamba bado wasamba ku mupiira twagala ku revivinga naffe tiimu yaffe yaki ey'ewaka. Ate twagala ku basambi abantu abasamba ku mupiira n'abali influential. In fact bali bagenda kusamba drum nga nebya drum sibimanyi. I lost interest in football totally. All games
nga wagamba timu Kibugisu?
No. Yali ayogera ku Mbale Heroes nga yagala to reviving Mbale Heroes. So but I didn't know his plans naye nga yagala people to come in to embrace the team because
and provide support
where necessary. Ingambo joke, you know what, siri Mbale nkolera mu Northern region naye omuntu wenyinza okuwa ali passionate about football ate nga y'omuntu gwe bawuliriza ennyo in both business ne the corporate world. Ngate is a people person. Nemugamba noonya mwami gwe bayita Chris Omonyi who is the CEO of the club
currently
because aludde nga CEO. Nemugamba noonya omuntu gwe bayita Chris Omonyi because he will be a uniting factor both in the corporate world n'abaana bakola business because he was running one of the top bars and clubs. So people,
the region
Mbale. So he was known by many people and he's a people person. Chris tosobola gendayo wadde oli mupya ne mutakwatagana. He's good at making friends. So he's so welcoming. Nengambo joke, that's the contact person. Because of lack of interest, maybe vaako. Kati mpiking interest wano Uganda Cup. Because our last discussion ne Ojok. Ate agenda wala. I said ebyomupiira to be adding a value. So all of a sudden ngenda okulaba waliwo omwami bamuyita Wycliffe Mwangu oba omumanyi gwobire mupiira oba omumanyi. He's a popular man. So to give back to the community, he purchased a team called Chiboga Young. Purchasing a Chiboga Young. He couldn't, because you're purchasing a Chiboga Young as his contribution to the community to Korechi, but we renamed the team because it was the only available team in the big leagues.
Chiboga Young naye ngeri eno Chiboga.
Eri Chiboga
Agiguze ali eri.
Agiguze ali eri. Eventually through the regulations, you can't change the name instantly. You either play from Chiboga or you try, when you're taking it to Mbale, you know what with the Chiboga Young name until EXCOM approves change of name.
Rumba gambo jisambi like Yiino so this like for one season.
Yeah, it had Sambisa for one season, and that season I think was good to the team. Nenga mulimu ebyo because edini eryambale so ali mu 5th division. So it was 5th division. Chiboga Young is there's someone.
So there was a merger over
before even the merger because you see before you merge. The many, it's a process to get to that merge. So mulimu abantu abalwana because the team wasn't practically there. And wasamba musambi.
Mbale Heroes. By then ngeri once.
Eri once in 5th division. Nga basamba musambi. Naye mwanyi naturally tuli bantalo.
Yakuteka bwana.
Tuli bantalo. So they began those fights.
Nga timu yedi tani usamba nga mufunye position ya big league.
Big leagues. Timu mujirisi. So process by process, I wasn't part of the team. I observe that eventually never merging and never to wearing Mbale Heroes. But because bali bavuma nnyo Wycliffe Mwangu. You see, when he bought the team and his influence Maroons, because he used to work with what? With I think prisons. So he had that influence. Maroons say they went. Maroons never were Basambi. Almost the entire squad. Kulon. And never vibe. Mpira gukomyewo. Juki atwai tuina kataka yoka that had been there for a while. So yeah, but embracing it until that season we got relegating. From big leagues. That's the season with EXCOM, federation. Where two were erinnya lya Mbale Heroes and we merged.
Mulikozese
fully. So the Mbale Heroes yaliyo. They approved to become Bugisu United. To be like a junior team to what? Mbale Heroes. So Mbale Heroes they have 5th division. At EXCOM level, it was approved that we take the name and drop the Chiboga Young, and we remained the Bugisu United as our junior team. So that's how Mbale Heroes come into life again, big leagues. But unfortunately, Vuma left, right, center. Football is funny. Football brings us together. Whether the mugezi, you're properly exposed or not, football brings us together. So someone who invested that money, you know what, can scam. And the team struggled. And I will always respect Mwami Gobaita Chris Omoni. Why? That season, Chris practically with a few people, but running a team way until it was relegated. So now Nindabanga Chris is struggling because his business never.
I think we are recommending
business never. No, Christopher Wada is a friend, a very good friend of mine. Kuvanga nchaso manga yakoda. Is even if we disagree with John Peter, for me there are certain things I will always respect. Mulimu abantu, maybe my upbringing, but mulimu what are crossing a line as a friend or family or something. Yes. Because Chris is family to me. We wanted me to get soda sharing, we get together. So fast forward. So Chris manages a club. Eventually, he gains the Uganda Cup. Musanze wa Elugogwawo wali basamba pro line.
Uganda Cup.
Yes.
I remember yali pro line yali police.
Pro line. Savi tuteba no tuteba I think. Kati pro line wetwagenda Uganda Cup. Nenzija n'emikwano gyange. Abino. Oyinza okuba amanyi waliwo wamita Sebi Muhammad twasoma ne Kawempe Muslim. Ne tubani guy wamita Akim Sebunya. Yali games master wa Budde SS.
Nze naliwo nali ne ba Ivan Magom. Magom wa ali side zenu. Ompira gwaliko na Mbale. No mwami yali ku New Vision.
Ani ogwoyogerako oyogera ku gwa police.
Ogwo mulala gwa police.
Gwa police guno guli alia. Wa pro line. So pro line nenzija omwami bamita Kim Sebunya. Anga bana yetimu yamu. Yali games master wa Budde SS. Master Kim bamita nyo master Kim. It was close to me nga tukyasoma nnyo. Netwogera nganda ye bado. Timu yamwe sobola okusamba. Tujongere muzeni n'abaana. Njaba kuwera bwerere. Provided sobola bwa ku musaalo mutonotono. Na sign on fees nasibimanyi. Nti mpira nalindo zaba enjoyinga bwenjoyinzi. Bakuwape we twasambira. Bayita batusasula. It was passion ku kyalo mu garage. We mwita mu garage ne babahwayo 5 10 ne babuji chapati. So perception je nali nina mpira. Nangamba izo bawayo kuchi ku sente butono ne sign on fee. Excuse me.
Olwo bakiguza.
Nanguza project ene ngamba naye. What can I contribute to my area?
Aya timu already ne tata yali yajigira. Yali muko.
Mbale heroes by default. Wobanga you've ever lived in Mbale or you've stayed there, you've worked from there, it's by default. A team ojagara bwagazi. So that's the way we came into into the team. Akimnangamba season eno lugu I'm transferred dako. Njakuwa basanga. But it's okay. Kati tugenda tuba relegated on the last day. In fact, my first match Mbale abakan transferring yali match yakataka
nga bakujeye gulu
ban transferring nzizeyo wa
Mbale
mu Eastern region. Nenda ba game ngasibitegera nenyomba noyo zeitifu ne mzeyi wange bamita mzeyi msiwa ikibina byemukoda nze sibimanye bya mpira ndaba refu chidisi ndozo mpira gulinga gwa TV Arsenal chi United ne batu relegating.
You didn't know the implication nga game elimugenda maso tuguna bagutukuba
simanyi mpulira big league chi nga namanyira chi kati Sebi na Kim bebanjisa mu code yachi yo kwagala nnyo mpira nenzijanga buli wembe ndaba ku mpira chi ku KCCA wemba KCCA olusi ne bantu adako ku Vipers ekitede I began getting the interest mpira buli local so awo we nadira mu team ate so season ewedde Chris abikoyi bimbadarinze because mpira gutwara nnyo time ne sente
CEO resigning
bamulekedde team bajimulekera so but you'd see because of his influence nayogerako nono nayogerako noli until tetwamisinga any game surprisingly
nga omukubira mu region
atuli mu big league that time we got relegated when ajja nentegeera omukyala gwe bayita Madam President Jessica Chris introduced me to her ne balwana ne team eyo until it was relegated. So manyi kati buli season wegwa in football ba kiri waffe wokka buli omadduka the last day they have a whistle the last day of the season buli omadduka
libanga somero
so all of a sudden buli omadduse ngamba nga Chris tukoze how we going to revive ngamba sinangamba kampo muremu ngamba no tubadde tufunye ki team okudda so netugamba twogereko ne chairman nali simanyi na chairman because we exchanged ku forum ya club WhatsApp forum because of the information I was given by the people abali ku secretariat abali betolodde ki team. I exchanged with that Wycliffe Mambu, but eventually nengamba no, but why? Let me call him. I called Wycliffe Mambu. Nemugamba, chairman, this is Badru Msiwa, Chemusto.
Msiwa ya family.
Their family. Nemugamba, he have called you about issues of Mbale Yiino. I the man who was tough, who abused me. Yes, I think I abused you. I apologize. But I want us to sit together and forge a way forward. I go, okay, that's good, you've apologized. Because I'm taking Musajja is responsible. Natuginaga nja kujja Mbale. Wenzija Mbale tujja kudiscuss ebintu byaki bya club. Wenagambira Chris ojja naye najja ojja kunangamba gwe tolina kuba mu secretariat tolina kuba ki ku executive. Let's get people ku executive nga bawera we see how we transform this team. The good thing is Wycliffe najja ne tugenda ku ssomero lye myself Chris ne Ojok we discussed. So strategy yali totally different because yali adoza let's use only abana bowaka. We give them some little money.
Homegrown.
So that expenses teziliyo. Nemugamba no. For me, I think we need to what? Be promoted. Mu regional league siwe tulina okuba. And we just need to mix up. Abowaka ne tufunemu n'abalala kati abasinga bwava onangamba naye olese suggestion naye ogenda kifiiramu wekka
kuba juu expenses zibeera ziboleto wabweru akasente
abajja believing motive nti kitulina having a team promoted to big leagues ebere promoted to Premier League nga tulina strategic plan yaffe Joku yali yatusomesa bulungi nga tulina strategic plan yaffe ya 3 years.
At that time you believed it was possible for that team from big league from regional big league and EPL.
Nga simanyi na politics omupiira at all nga manyi ogenda bugezi n'osamba awangudde yayitawo Allahu Akbar. So ne mugamba nagamba nasirika kati ne tutandika. The man kept quiet. Mambu Wycliffe kept quiet. Ne musasi ne mugamba naye if not someone purchased the team ne bamuvuma nnyo. What does he earn from the team? Sidika. Because my uncle is the chairman of Eastern Region. Netubanga tukwatagana na mzee wangu oyo ne nani naye ba
chairman of Eastern Region football board.
Naye bayamba nnyo oyo ne muzee Tiff to make sure but Heroes egezaako okusorting the governance issues especially ownership because mwalimu abaali baagala kusigaza shares Ojok ne Chris bagamba no it's a community club, kuba 100% what?
Owned by the community.
By the community. So netugamba okay. Ne Wesker until they guided. Weekly interest ne slowing her down.
Like taina chasigazamu mu club.
Nobody bagada buy them more around 58 and then community sigaze. But it's not sustainable natural because it's a brand. We waramuti oraba desi chivo game. Wadde omuntu ate n'atunda heroes negende covered. So Chris nakirwanisa nnyo nani Ojok until they agreed ne region naga nti kale let's move on. We're moving on to getting us stuck to what are we going to do? Twetaga basambi. We need to organize now. Twetaga kisawe, twetaga accommodation. Wobolesa abasambi from any region. Bajja kwetaaga ki wokusula. So the tutura ngandi because etutya. So the Chris began. They are not working well. Nemwambu. You need to be a mediator. Buli omu mudete together. Now I think their relationship there is so perfect. So then I remember an advantage. Chris is not just a football person, he owns it, but he's a friend.
He's a personal friend.
Personal friend. Nemgamba no Chris. Tetwina kukiza failure. Let's do what? Let's sign players. I will sign them. After Rocky Mono, aja kunyambako to assemble a good team. Kim nafulira side Oyodungu, Simon. Netugende wankulu kukwawo. You signed players because obatu badde mpira. You're not a coach. You need someone who has been around. Abimanyi to identify. Ono musambi ajja kuba mulungi. Bano bajja kukolera mu mbeera wetu. How we identified the endowooza ati kati okay. Njaba signing. And I signed them to have signing on a Chris that season.
Ngamwetegekera
regional league. Because the issue was Ojoki yatugamba kwaki tugula team ya big league again. Tuguze team a failings of surviving because of governance issues. Kati kwaki tugula team? Why don't we grow organically?
Kati yawo mbali yozi bweda mwate mwafuna idea ati egula timu nayo
idea because I think if say it that no not that time. Nabaga Ojoki natugamba let's grow organically. Mutujjo kuleta n'aba abagizi they appreciate the team because then you good at team oguzeri there's no attachment and we agreed that turning regional league to one. We started with signing abasabi n'abagizi bali ba deserting a team totally after relegation kati natandika okuwulira mu regional league tukuba golo 5-7
kati wano mwabafunira batya like accommodation
I had to dig deep netugenda ku CRO waliwo CRO onjikira timu ina facility nungi ebisawo
organization yaba erimu Christianity
sort of naye majorly serving all what all naye the inclined towards Christianity, but
it's an
NGO to rehabilitate street kids. What? Say, nae, why? What do CRO? Let's go talk to them. Hey, what do we do? It's so about deserting. Because CRO was the last team of Kuvamu Premier League after Heroes. So now, no, let's go and talk to them. We spent a lot of money. Okutere is a facility. Because remember now, you've signed players. The current chairman is slow. So ngambi Chris naye yali slow bit naye najja. Naga nekwachite mu wako mufune CEO mulala. Eventually chairman naleta CEO we things never tebyagenda bulungi because oyina kuba muyaye wa mpira gukola ki okutegeera how things are done. So personally I spent some good money to accommodation and to sustain rent. Akwasi chafu. So a good thing is abasyala otebatu wabuzibu because mupiira facility ya mupiira batuyamba. Netugende eyo, we played good football. Dungu assembled a good team. And he became a personal friend.
Nawe mwamu wa chance okubanga asobola okwesigningira abagenyi.
Signing angamba nga signing on. Netwatwalako friendlies ki netuga wali osambe ku mupiira otegeera omusambi ki omulungi apart from the behavior. So fast forward to signings abasambi bali mu CRO nefuka ne home ground yaffe nga teri avaayo abagizi ne batandika okudda kyekiri ojo kutya tugamba nti football is enjoyable at all what levels. Akuboja agenda kukyala ewamu olweggulo olabe bagayi basamba ku mupiira oyimira olabe. So but wali bakatulelegatinga twali tetwagala kukola kitegeera ekyo naye ngamba Chris we were lucky to be relegated kwesootinga wano because we twali tugenda okuyingirira Kitale we yayingirira ebiseera ebyo enjeru we are totally disorganized. Ngamba Chris we were lucky not to go. Netujja netudda wansi ngamba Chris okiraba again we were lucky not to go to the big league because big league is a little bit different from what regional league. One of mutambula for 30 kilometers what
mutambo ya within.
So all of a sudden we had a very good season. You said it was post COVID nga every region data big league. We played paka final. That's when I realized Eastern that somebody Ginger North. When I take it anti there was that love for that team because Budium
by that time nga atwala Eastern region ajja direct si evidenti ato Western region atagenda kuzanya
one north what si Budium yali yingira straight nga mwekuba. But that season we twasamba abantu ne batandika okujja tukubye 5-4-3 we twafunira chance officially through Jessica sister Wananda ne tugende Wananda atugamba ngenda bawachi I'm going to contribute to your wages or salaries every month. Ngamba mponye because I would get my abasambi bayi balina kulinda nga amaze collecting a rent oba nfunye omusaala to pay them for some few months. Ne honorable yajja ngamba be relieved. Juki oyina ba omusaala oyina ba winning bonus. Ati winning bonus entirely wa chairman
ngo maze tugira nti omupiira kati
nentegeera omupiira si mwangu okiraba ne sasula honorable yajja Jessica najja netukwatagana basatu mejali myself Chris and Jessica. Now we plan for that team. We think for that team.
Katude wali ku Ginger North
nzija kati yao chairman Wycliffe Mwambu najja tuyamba ati why nagamba kati I'm going to be paying what the winning bonuses. Ochiraba buli win ngenda kusasira winning bonus.
Wait yemwe egende kuva
ngamba now things are looking what better. Kati ne Wycliffe ngomanyi Linda is an accountant is straight nga Linda match ziwezeko nejuki abasambi tebalinda. So what we would do I would get money nensasula ki nensasula wezijja nga tugatagata ne Jessica ne za honorable tusasula omusaala etegeera omusaala guli okay nga tetulina buzibu ngera tukwatagana bulungi n'abantu because temwali kerere nnyingi ono ki
nga buli omu azze willingly
because everyone had given up ku team eyo, everyone totally. So tuze ku Jinja North, we had awakened something like a monster in terms of, you know, attachment, vibe chi bantu bajja bangi nnyo because neyo baali bagenda kunsiba nga tulina embirani na dimini ne region chi tulwana. It took me some time to talk to my mzee Anzara because of Mbale Heroes. Naye why? Nali mpuliza, I was taken up by abawagizi.
Nga vibe nawe.
Nange ntutte nerabidde tono mzee.
Because otugambye ye chairman wa.
Ate nga ye ali attached to Kataka. Ye akubulirawo nze ndi musajja wa Kataka.
Kati nga
esigala ne Heroes yo nange nsigale ne Kataka yange. Negambe tugenda kwekuba. Byali bya mpira.
Ne Kataka by then ate yongeri.
Yali
yongeri mu big league.
Big league na bya rivals. Ngoleso ina wagizi bangi Kataka. Elite be administrator ba region chi. So I think the chireta there's some few elements. Si buli omu there some few elements about data confusion. So I fast forward for us would talk up to today. Ne President wa Kataka na abawagizi banya would talk properly. Fast forward tugenze ku final ya Jinja North. But kubi
it was played over 2 legs.
No, yali just one since it's
a final badge zanyirawo.
Azanyira yali tensasa ge batisa yali ina geda tororo busia chine tulwana paka federation took over with the guidance definitely of the region ne batusawa Iganga ne tusambire Iganga mpira guba mpira ne batukuba. That time I passed out, pressure zankuba zenga manyi be sure
ono yawedde that will mbigiri abana mba facilitating bulungi.
In fact a season yetu facilitating nnyo bulungi abana because muri stack wano weekly farese yo senteze Mugase honorable Arese Jessica Arese Chris Aiza waruna wari netu moving on bulungi.
Was it a genuine defeat oba mubera mu?
No, it was genuine.
Baba kuba byamazima
batukuba omupiira netugezaako ne bigaana as usual. Season ewedde buli omu asirise
tebadduka
buli omu ki asirise
ngamba tebaddukawo ngati nga bwatugambye
olaba after the final whistle abawagizi ne bagenda okuba coach Dungu Iganga bwotukubiza okoze eki weebuuza muti from nowhere with all the fights zetubadde nazo omusajja atulese ku final fena tukola ensobi as an administrator basambi coach naye you need to appreciate coach Dungu bamukubira ku kisaawe amnanyiga nnyo nembagamba temukiddangamu. So eventually some became tribal. Bana abasoga batukubiza lwakwa twalinamu abasoga abawera abasambi
ate nga ne team ebakubye
so etukubye ya busoga okiraba. So eventually netukola ki netu coming down kinakola abasoga benasookerako kusayininga abaali bagamba nti batunze omupiira nagamba no I will sign them.
Chicho tegeza like bana abaliko ku team no renewing their contract.
I renewed because contract is after because we're a poor team for signing a 1 year
season year yo
we mwagadde omusambi ne muddamu because you don't have the business that feeds into the club. You rely on individuals, handouts, chiwerite.
So no going against ebigambo by'abawagizi bogedde n'ogamba
before even that final abatukubizo no Dungu ki obulumi buno bw'amaanyi. I felt their pain because twajja nga tuli kushowa deal because our team was good. Abatukubye netukuba as usual buli omu abuzi tugule team big league, tugule team big league. We can't suffer. I remember one yatuleetera deal ya Karo Karungi. Baali beetaaga million 15.
Kuzikalo kalungi
yali ibanda kati erintungamu. Nentuula again ne n'omwami bamuyita Ojoke again. Kanso ne Chris. Ojoke n'atugamba no. Tugumene team. Olaba team to build is a profile okutuuka we tuli. Kye tulina okutereeza governance tujja kuyingira. I thought twice nengamba wangu I get that money ngule Karo Karungi nengamba no. Etwebulira.
Nawe wafunamu temptation.
Nakuba bulumi bwali bungi ku game ya
Final Jinja North.
Ate nga oyise region eyaffe sini yangu ya qualifyingira nzibu. So season ewedde buli omu adduse. Era nsigadde ki tusigadde basatu. Nze Chris ne Jessica.
Ate bano bogambye bawujjo ku Wycliffe.
Abasinga bonna badde bali season webe ewedde. Kuba season webe ewedde waliwo expense awo. Because the most defining a season yo how you recruit abasambi. So ogenda kukola otya because you have no sign is for one season but to sign on fee ababanjamu because sija kulima nti oyinza okusasula sente zonna but eventually sabala no sign no bawa in kind kati tutuuse jukida kati coach Dungu naye munyiivu
abagizi bamukuba na timu alaji alwanyi nayo
ekitiibwa ekyo omusajja yekoledde erinnyawa masaza ki ne mugamba coach Dungu tujja kukola nze yakuleeta Mbale tujja kukola so you calm down kati ne tujja nga now that team because batukubisa experience because that's the same season wetwakuba Blacks Power we had a good run mu Uganda Cup Mbalala netujira kuba mu quarter Mbalala awe twakwira police one Lugogo. I think that's the match you came no bane ba Ivan badone banya so kati because of those fights negamba kati tugenda kukola the second season. I wrote proposals to MTN because being in the corporate world, you have friends, you have connections. They were going to give us around 560 million. MTN. Now, when they came on ground, there's what's the return on equity? Nebabuuza mukatale chiwa nga they don't know people yalinga Mr. Shopping gamba ntadozi no
MTN che yawulira
tulikola olulala you are my friends nga Chris okay tukireke tutobe
naye wategeera where maybe MTN came from like
no you tegeera bulungi because there are fights there ekintu ekya season eno kiri historical tekitandise season
fejasifa
abakirabye kati because tuli waggulu naye ne twali dire heroes kyebe byonna those problems were there even from inception Gangama tena bana kukyusa linya tu Uganda Cup twaina mwera issues as tribalism no muntu in fact forming a team yali Muganda so na because of the love of football kati tuzze mu second season tukoze tutya Dungu against because the first rule was how do you maintain your squad.
Edungu amugamba nti ogenda gire naera
Dungu yanyigamu ng'omuntu how do you harass him, how do you humiliate him ngatakoze ngati I think yali abanjako ne cassette nga sindamaliza ki ku Ssentebwe obumu ene mugamba nzo mmanyewo kunsanga sina Mbale I'm ever in Kampala. So second season nga kat signing yema bali experienced. So ne tufuna au Gaddafi yali ne tugenda mu Gaddafi. Ne tu signing abasambi. Ne tuongera mbambe twali tulina. Ne tugamba ani agenda bakochinga. Ekyali ekibuuzo. For me, I was a firm believer that regional league is not where we belong. We need to have
some... It is just direct promotion.
Hey, to have a promotion team when you know the Premier League. Because to have that 3-year program, strategy to the try to what day.
In 3 years,
3 years we need to be what? In top flight. So eventually, as usual, ne signing abasambi abo Jessica nampa ku sent. Then kwata nange zenina, we assembled the team.
Nenga temunafuna coach.
Tunafuna coach.
No college typical Ugandan style.
Exactly. Exactly. The first season twasoka kufuna dungu. Na to assemble. Second season already tulina betulina. Ate
namwe mugenda mu bitegeera
mu tutegeera tulina betulina. Ti integrity wise chi kati nga wetaga coach abasambi twali tulina si coach just we needed a manager as well. He's going to coach a managing n'abasambi abo because you see either zengege talina definite source of income. Ebisinga tuwadde tubikola pro bono abaagala chi abali passionate
ng'olumu like n'akasente kaluwaayo.
So because now oli muntu sente zibula for me amasaya ana so kati omusale oyinza okukwata abantu 30 nga naawe olina responsibilities no so olina okuyiiya walala so tutudde ne tufuna wali omukwano gwaffe bamuyita Muhammad yali part of the owners of Mida.
Kunagitanga Maida.
Very passionate. So what we did, waliwo mwami yakola ku secretary. Wali wamita Jaffa. In fact wamita Jaffa.
Oyo Muhammad yali alina ebimotoka ebigira. Waliwo mwami wa Maida binayogeranga nnyo naye yali omu ku abo ba owners ba team. Naye nga
waliwo Matovu, waliwo Nono. Ye yali akola nnyo clearing agent. Bona basinga clearing agent. So Muhammad netegeera is passionate. Naye yali afunye obuzibu ku Mida nga yeetamiddwa. Nga ne Muhammad oli musiramu naffe oyagala omupiira. Tukoze tutya. But I think Jaffa n'ayogera naye. Okwogera naye ebiseera ebyo nali ngenze kuwumula e Saudi. Naga katulinde akomewo era bwe nadda ntugenda ne Chris netugenda wa etororo namuliramu agamba akali nja kujja tukole natulitira abantu bonna abemala ne tororo. That's the second season. Nemubuuza Muhammad tukoze tutya ku coach nagamba ate nagamba omanyi abasambi betu signings baludde mupiira bali experienced. You're not just going to get a coach aliao. You're going to spend some good money to get a coach who is also a manager. When they go and get staff, see again okugamba basambi baganye okusamba omupiira bagala sente. No, he manages. So Muhammad nangamba, you know what? The best person is Abe Chikomeko. You can Abe Chikomeko. Ali mu Busoga.
Busoga United.
Oh, linnya lye lyonna mu Busoga. Wabadde Jinjeses Busoga. Basurvivinze ki? Relegation. Basurvive relegation. Buru emwagala nga batandise okutegeera maybe isaabiri agenda. But remember, Abe naye muntu wewaffe Tororo Mbale kuva dda ng'ayagala nnyo coachinga ki Mbale Heroes. Yali agamba nnyo CEO kwaki tompa mukisa nzije nkoleki. That was the time. Kati wuuyo Buru yagala Abe. Oli Mbale Heroes oli mu regional league. Kati ne barivals baffe ab'eTororo bamwagala. Admin. Ate nga baagala to disproving affe omanyi tuwogana nnyo
admin nayo yateekawo embeera
yakusaawo mbeera so ne bandekera Abe I signed Abe for me I think expensively but it was worth it
yakusaba mmeka
asobola kwogera figures but the double figures the double figures because
coach no bafunye ddala sente
because look at the quality ya coach gwoleta that we tuleeta omuntu omujja mu Premier League omuleeta mu Regional League that's the standard I wanted as a leader. In fact, as leaders, myself, Chris, Jessica, and Muhammad, for us to move forward, we need to be deliberate on what we want and what we do. So we brought that guy. Natubeera mulungi nnyo. He was calm. Ekiriwo sharing naye. He became a friend. Abe became a friend to many. Netusamba. Bakuba ava Tororo tusamba mida negende je tukuba
abawagizi
bonna ne bakola meeting mu kisaawe abawagizi but try to kozemo Badru that qualification is tricky uyo tebagenze kuba Abe wa Tororo navuga emmotoka kuva Jinja. I even left what I was doing. Ugende Tororo. I was like mad because you don't know. Engeri coach jazzemu ku club. Temumanyi
na bichi
byayitamu temumanyi how the players were signed because season olugwa buli omu misinde apart from a few. Eventually I went to back the following day. Member meeting about in a Tororo nga tugenze kulaba mpira. I just told them, their leader, Namugamba, once you, I'm somehow gentle, but at times I'm rough. Kendidamu kuwulira nti gw'oliidinze ki okuba coach bamusambi yenna awo tugenda okwawukanira.
The same figures era abakuba Dungu.
Abaali ku Dungu bazze ate bazze baatakinze Abe. Ne Abe is mature. And his experience to do them naga manager bareke tugenda kukola team agenda kukola kuyingira big leagues because that season to us signing abasambi expensively because we were desperate
collecting azeri mistakes
so no, we are desperate team of were promoted to big leagues so tugamba kale let's first sort out the footballing bit before we concentrate on what the governance, then business of the club. To ine Abe, turwanye ne region ne teams admin. Eventually, bikoleddwa byonna. Tuli lucky tugenda kusamba ki playoff. Ne tuli playoff ya mu region. Ne tusamba Buseyi ne tugikuba. Tugenda kusamba Bukedea. Kati ne tugamba kati now. Waliwo some light je tulaba okuyingira big league.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Kati awo ne intensifying ebya Abe to get to what? Abe was so professional. They are discussing nnyo n'abantu ba board. Remember Alex avudde ku board. Aga nina omulimu ogw'okukola Mbale.
Team teyagisuula wala okuba top fighters. Ate buliko sente
nyingi. Tugenze aka nayo gombereddewo. You see in football you create relationships n'oluganda akuba omupiira egugwa season ewedde musambi waali nawe wooli wafuna ekizibu omuleka because you're the employer gwabadde employer tanafuna mulimu mulala you have to keep catering for what until someone breaks through. You see, and for me, my purpose was how do we change life with the abasambi. Vakuiros in that team, you love it, you cherish it. When I have Haruna Lukwago, Nemubez, bafunye opportunity, kugenda Kambiaso. Negamba, that's an opportunity for us to also create relationships. Bwe twagala okugenda ne tufuna relationship ya council, Anisha ne group ye, Bakaddu, ne bakochi. So we got closer to people. First one, no, kati tujja kuyingira big leagues. Tugenze tusambye timu ya Bukedde tuyingidde. Nengamba naye tulina obuzibu bwa leadership.
Bukedde yawe mugikubye ye yali final.
Yali final kati.
Ngakuba yajja.
Netugikuba. Video eziri. Everyone was happy with Abbe ne bamustood up. Na signing autographs buli kimu.
Gwe bali bakuba.
Signing autographs. But you understand, bali n'abawagizi bali passionate naye tukisusa.
Final yali ludda we.
Final yali twagende yali two-legged final. Twagende Bukedde
mwakuba munda we.
Awo ngaba kati tulina okusortinga ki.
Awo nga mukubira mu kisalo kya Mbale obanga mukyali eri mu Sierra.
Sierra tuvuddeyo tuze Mbale.
Season mwakubira mu
twakubira mu stadium. Bakwa Abbe yaturecommending agaga no. Let's move closer to people. Tugende abantu bali stadium yaffe. Historically yaffe. Wadde tubadde tetuliiwo.
Naye nga yo expenses zeyongerako.
Definitely expenses bazeyongerako, transport chi to come to the stadium. So netugamba nti aba Sierra onawo ne baagala facility bali bafunye a letter from Minister of Gender to resume their programs. Ne batusaba so twetaaga saawa ne facilities netukkiriza ne tuvaayo n'okusasula rent problem. Olina okusasula rent. So netugamba tukoze tutya. Ensasula painfully rent. Netudda ku stadium. Netudda ku stadium. Awo kati n'olaba abantu bajjidde ddala ku tiimu. But it is not sustaining. Okuba the way we run the club mu regional leagues. Jukira kati wano kyeyongeddemu. Olina ogende Kigezi Homeboys, ogende Calvary, ogende wa. Agamba Chris, what we need to do, we need to sit to sorting it into their governance, especially leadership at the top. Ofuna chairman ne excoye. Then we sort out ku secretariat now sorting it. So everything is well defined. Otegenti, what are the roles of the chairman?
Kristo mukwasize byeno ku gundi. Secretariat.
Sina mukwasa tukolera wamu. Especially building a structure as is. Nze, Chris, Ojok, ne Jessica. Ngai tuava. Abalada it's noise. Abalada you feed them. No bawa. To rubber stamp and get approved. Ngai no bane committee chi noga to get a buy-in. No again. What are your views? Nenga mazo koda chi.
Ngamazo kwa decision.
Mazo koda decision. Bakwa tugenda kuliza buli omu. It's
mwizo butatuuka.
Mwizo butatuuka. So nenga Chris we ne joke what we need to do. Let's sort out what the issue of governance ne business. Governance ejetuwe chokoda and how once someone sees you the team is being run properly. There's transparency, there's accountability, which chikwangulira to bring in business. Okay, munteseza mutia in terms of get collections, in terms of merchandise, in terms of I would say grants or donations. Once someone sees it, you're moving in the right direction. Ngamba kati tukoze tutya. We need a leader because weekly tako meeting abulungi. Nene mugamba kati kyetugenda okukola. Wycliffe was so instrumental in reviving what? This team. Najirete was so instrumental. Naye bana abasigadde bana bakerere nnyingi ennyo. Agende. But no, that's not the way things are done. everything is gradual. I told the joke ne Chris, in fact n'abantu mediation yava federation here. What we need to do is how do we position everyone so that everyone comes on board. We can create very many positions, very many responsibilities. But nange mbanvuddewo team esobola continuinga. Kati bana ne bajja naga ono yalize naye because of Wycliffe, ono yalize because of Badru, ono yalize because of a joke. Netugamba who's the neutral person Nandara Mafabi. Mwami spearheading ebintu bya Nandara jikya tulina sister we. And is so passionate about the region, and is so passionate about the club. Ngata some time, some sent. Because you rarely get a woman who's so passionate. So fast forward to Genze to Mogambia. Our suggestion was
aunga season tenatandika nga mwetekera big league sorting governance issues because at the end of the day baja kuja to check from the federation byemukola books of accounts, tea, office, what nga tebana ba license tebana ba license. You have to sort out all those issues. Ngama n'abantu betulina kati ono waba yasoma jatuyambira wano ngamba ono amduda is an accountant na CPA CCA kafuke auditor waffe so that we don't spend a lot of money because you're going to spend over 6 million okwale tugambe ta ono ali passionate muchi wa maybe te yasoma maybe ali yasoma na ali passionate mu welfare tumuwe so netugamba kati ko head. How do we recruit? Exco. We have prominent people. But I'm so kwagala team. Erim big leagues. Bali batugamba tuli wansi, very visible. Kati muze
wagulu big leagues. Tukoze tutya nagamba tufunono. Netufuna first of all otandikira kuchi ku bantu bobomanyi. Netufuna what a business guy bamita Stephen Wambede. He does plumbing work mu Eastern Region sewer na John Board. Netufuna Doni Wanyama CE wa Vision Group na John Board. Ne abantu abani abaleta. Because you see Chris ina this aura mu bantu nti is welcoming. Is welcoming. So he managed to convince majority of them. Waba convincinga ne bajja. Waliwo George Wamono, netubawo ali in charge of funds Isma Wambede ne najja. Kati abali mu regional league abasinga they dropped off. Kati we are bringing young people, well, abali established, abali passionate.
Ekirimu mu kuchire energizing.
Because it's big league, you need money and you need everyone. So governance here netugamba kati we suggested let Wycliffe afukechi twasosa honorable Nandara afuke chairman.
Wycliffe yabadde chair
yali chair to chairman honorable Nandara good because he has been with the club. Ayamba club already. Ayamba club by default omulaba ali suitable. Bano benyina bawogana eno ne batandika okuba ne bakuba onare bayagala bukimu the man is spending a lot of money in the club. Abagamba mukireke so negamba no, we can't lose honorable. Why? Who's bigger than honorable in Eastern Region? Are you big? So you need identity. Netugamba kafuke patron. Netugamba joke. Netugenda ku strategic session. We don't need to leave out who? Wycliffe. Either chairman or afuke vice wachi wa honorable.
Ku patron wabu.
Because you need him. He also wetaga omuntu alina sente, wetaga omuntu ali passionate. So after I think he wasn't comfortable n'abantu abaali below tugamba let it slide netugamba kati ne batuleetera guy teryamu manyi. No one knew him in Mbale, nothing. But because he was a relative to one of our colleagues, tugamba kati baliwe abagani ona showing the interest tumuwe
ani gbalita
tuleeta the current chairman
Andrew
tumuwe ne bajje ne bambuuza
bani abamulita kuba wano wenyini waliwo ekimuso
no waliwo munafa yamuleeta nagamba baliwe bwabaganye waliwo omuntu ali interested sabagize bangamba gwe chairman waffe tambudde naffe nenga no I have bigger responsibilities at my workplace saagala butaala and let's get someone
waliwo abwagala
waliwo abwagala so ne babuuza okay nze simumanyi abawagizi bambuuza naye jjukira n'okufuna bamember we have a constitution the only members who are supposed to do what supposed to vote so netutuula ekiro we spent at the eve of the AGM we twatuula with the region with the people from the federation we agree nga twagala to do something ekiri conclusive. But those suggestions, when we reached out to Wycliffe, he wasn't comfortable working with the current people.
Wycliffe ngatagala kola no chairman gwe baleeta oba ne bana
balamanyi no bana babadde wansi betubadde tulaninga nabo team naddala baamuvuma naddala baamuvuma
tenga musajja team kumpi yatandika
yatandika process eyo ku revisinga so eventually tutudde tubagambye no you have to vote oyo n'aleeta sente ze n'azidepositinga we are depositing a sente ze ne tutuula ne ba members we sekenyini because my contribution nasasuliramu ba member nti subscribed for the process okola shortcut tufune ki leader but I take responsibility nti nakola ekintu ki which I regret up to today. That was message natandika nze ng'omuntu
soko didem bulungi details
message yogamba nti we get a new chairman gwe tutamanyi atamanyiddwa atamanyi mupiira ene ngamba no wabanga yagenda okuba uniting factor is new mu bantu tebamumanyi ate muvubuka alaze passion maybe we can work tubadde tukola bakwa twali tukolanga team previous those 2 seasons mu region atukolanga team so tumuleeta became a chairman naye omanyi duties za chairman you need to look for business for the club you need to look for money
toyina kubeera bubeezaawo nti
nze chair so era when I realized that there's a problem nga ndi passionate because
kati awo nga gwe olina position at the club
bampadde bwa vice chairman
bawagamba nti oba chairman like buyinza okwetagisa okubeerawo
already twakyusa chairman yekka vice ne basigalawo bonna secretariat nesigalawo previously twali tukolanga team etugamba no katukole ki katulinde as usual okusayininga abasambi
kati ninyo gwe nga gwe eyali like wakiriza otya baleete chairman nga gwe tomumanyi ate ng'okimanyi nti tali munyumpira where did you get that satisfaction ogamba katukireke abirewo
no you have to at times you have to take a hard decision for progress tulabye omuntu out of the blue aza okwesimbawo mugisu waba mugisu because nekyo bakikulembeza nnyo bakikulembeza nnyo netugamba nti let's get a neutral person yotamanyi ayinza otugatta fenna okiraba
ate nga n'abawagizi bajjamu
acceptinga first kati netandika ga nti woba ofunye abantu ofunye executive now we need what we need the money to sign players awo webuzibu nenziruka kati nze natandikira famako tunga yakatandika eyo because ne famako yali expensive atenga etwala time we studied over for 4 to 6 months then to
musomera njeru
tusomera mengo eyo that first edition ya famako 2 etusoma nengamba kati tugenda kukola tutya chairman yali watwetaga sente waliwo tutandikidde 10 million zeyasasula non-refundable ezo bw'oba oyagadde oba toyagadde non-refundable 10 million tebazikuddiza tandika nensoma for 6 months famako to just get to know being already in the system I'm a leader at my place of work negamba nti kanyongereko ntegeera ebyomupiira because not all systems are the same netusoma nenjiga byenjize and I encourage other people wasecurity okusoma CEO okusoma to get those qualifications
fufa ebyo yabireeta
nga mulina okusoma because at the end of the day mwaji tulina okuwa ne famako to be a CEO in a Premier League club so if at all you're aspiring to be in Premier League, all those qualifications have to be there. But during that time, era nempita dungu ne Mbale kanzirewa dungu aba agenze kanzirewa dungu netupanga team ne dungu olwapanga team ne dungu naye dungu naye mumanyi aganya amasaza n'atandika emirimu ali kusaza najje waffe naye ne joke ne Chris nabagamba you know what dungu alina divided attention ali kumasaza etwagala omuntu aliwo neko kyasafu nali mulaba bulabi kuki ku TV Kabura be yali amu interviewing ngali I think yali Bright Stars naye natandika following Maroons so fast forward ne bajja ne bangamba you know what tufunye coach agenda tutwala mu Premier League yuki amaze okusasula ki dungu
nga temunaba kuzannya ko
tuna abantu you assembling a team before the league starts and the fixtures teziriwo so nengamba tukoze tutya I called Jessica again na Chris Jessica napeza ku cent nagere nonya ku cent netwa assembling a team bakwa basambya bare minimum million years satu zobawa zobawa yebiri no ganja kusasulemu later mulimu abagamba anjagala zange kagwirawo
sagala story
nze bankubachanga so netupanga but you are going to assemble 30 players with around 3 to 4 technical staff so netunonya sente myself ne Jessica netufuna netukola ki we assembled that team bazze Mbale tunatera okusamba bazze wange Badru you know for you we know you're in charge of the footballing side you have the expertise of handling that but this is our suggestion coach on wetubadde tulaba tichi you know with respect because we respect each other
ngabagamba coach
Asaf ngabbe is that what you've decided ebabuza ani agenda okusasula
omutendesi
have you agreed ani agenda okusasula Asaf we shall pay ngamba
Uganda
ngamba it's okay after tubadde tukolera ki we tunansinga frustrations zaffe happiness
kalidungu sente teyakomya huko
tasobola ziza omusasudde gwota mwagala ate why okira ne Mbale nafuna opportunity ya kitara goalkeeping nagenda tusasudde kwa abasambi abatajja ne bandetera Asaf ne babuza nsasula mutya so negamba we move on negamba azze they brought him to office in fact bamuleta ne mwewala muko nga tusamba friendly ne bull ntula kwe bali because kati manyi how the club operates.
Bayinza kikulikira.
But eventually ngakimanyi era kijja kuddawa. I embraced it. Nengamba waba yagenda otutwala mu Premier League tusobola kwemalirira tukola nga team. Ate by default bali bakama bange CEO nani ne Ojok vice chairman. Ate beba sokawo we had that mutual respect among us. Nengamba kati ani omulala Jessica is a key stakeholder. Jessica, this is what we are doing. Agamba Wemba mbichikoze nga chiyamba club, let's move on. After moving on, we counted our losses, ready. We moved on to Entandikwa. We played the first games with Tezali Burundi. Na ye mbigiri the first game ya singo kuvako obuzibu. Kataka. Twasokera Kataka. Dabi. Jukia tugezaako tereza structures. To advertising omupiira, there's a lot of hype. Abantu betukwasiza gates bakola byabo. Netugamba it's okay, it's a learning process. Netuyiga netugende because of wetaga ukadde 10-15 ogende ekigezi
wali nti sente baali andi abali ku gate.
Definitely but we didn't have an accounting mechanism to identify naye bwenyini beekuba bafeering ogabana ne bajja batugamba nenga no we take the blame.
Result yagwetya
yali 0-0 I think. Netugamba ako tukaize tujja kukyusa change is gradual. Netugenda to drawings eyo batwakomawo netukola tutya season netandika we moved on. Moving on to terms of picking a results especially away. Naye definitely one know how we run things that techiri clear. Ogenze mbantu bakugaba twabadde sente netezituuse
musawo ya kilabu toyina kyolabayo
paka netugamba no tujja ku devising a means. In fact kocha Safo yatufunira aba match day ticketing. Why don't you try out this one?
Zeno kyekikola
kyekikola try out those ones. We came. And, in fact, no, before we were lucky to go and how do we do club inventories, club properties? Tereza big regional leagues. Jazenze aliyazigura. No man wambita manager maybe team manager. Zetwali tukoze some regional leagues. Kati tutuse mu leagues. Tetuina jaze twetaga replica. It's a different one.
Okuguza abawagizi
tetuina replica. Etutuza chairman you see oyinza okuinvesting waliwo abaali baagala ngamba twetaga muntu waawa tumuwe season emu abafunye season emu next season we're watching the Premier League tukyusa chairman agamba it's okay not taking up deal but our expectation was business wado share jam club nothing came to natugamba naye yatuyamba kuti the players version jaze satu naye jiki ya replica kuli sente ngamba tujja kuyiga tujja kukyusa mu later kati second round olwatandika ne tukyusa ne tugamba abageti bonna anything to do with the money zina kuyita mu
kale kindolo mu streamline nemanya botandika otereza ekintu waliyo boba abadde bakifunamu ennyo boba okatinga off anything to do with finance zina kuyita wa director finance or deputy CEO finance Jessica oba netufunamu mope Airtel money kwa account netusharinga n'abantu tetwagala cash kati Jessica yakola kiyamanyi because at the end of the day we have to account to the executive, we have to account to the members mu AGM ochida nayo ordinary netuba ne WhatsApp group za finance nga we share expenses webiti kati awo netusorting ekya gate netukyaluma abantu bangi kati ekyo ekyava bana abadde bakiriyako
Yeah, mwalimu definitely. Wetuva ku ekyo ne tujja ku ticketing buli kimu ekyo gate bivuddewo. Kati ofuna omuntu head of delegation because you want to go to all matches. Bw'owulira nti sente zadde ntono, tebasasudde tebakoze eki, ne tugamba that's noise, tujja kisorting, ne tukisorting eki. Ate club bagibanja mu releasinze sente zonna. Tugamba okay, tubireke ebyo. So kati twatandika nga tutandise okuplacing abantu where they belong. Okuba effective. Awo wagira obuzibu. Ne wajjawo allegations eza match fixing ku game ya police mu big league 4-0.
Police wejja ne
batukubanya.
Ne police yali akulembedde league.
Naye yali tagujjaawo. Because manyi whenever there is noise, wabaawo kintu ekiri fishy. There was noise that the next CEO twali Kampala tuze mu disciplinary. We had that ne tubireka.
Disciplinary mwali muzikola yo.
Twali tuze ebintu bya hooliganism chiwe bityo. Ne tubidealing game. In fact ban suspendingako for about 3 months. Nga siraba mpira. Nenga it's okay.
Nga yegwa akulira abawagizi abavuma.
I questioned
officiating?
Officiating. Because it was it's a learning curve. Waliwo ebintu byolina okukola as a leader, waliwo talina kukola. Because oyinza okukola ekintu ne kileadinga to no inciting abantu. Ekyo nekiyiga. Ngamba okay, let's move on. Natugenda mu league. Kati another match yali controversial nnyo. Era yali yakataka omanya abasambi.
Second round.
Tumaze kya gate. Ekya feeding, welfare, bikyalimu ebyo. Nengamba okay kale. Tuli bakusatu. Twakava mu regional league.
Bamba bakusatu muba muri mu promotional places because
try to rating am kyokubicha kusatu paka mchokuna kyokubicha kusatu kyokuna. Ngamba okay. Wano tuyina chance ne tugenda boma ne tujikuba. At second round tuyina games zirichi nonji. Ne batugamba nti ticket game ya kataka second round. Bali bagante no musamba ino okusamba.
Angabani abagamba.
My colleagues abamu. Ona ino okusamba. Ne mugamba no. Coach yabeera naki n'abasambi ya coaching. Oyikwata otyo omusambi atabaddeewo week number. Tuva mu allegation yaki? Match fixing ya police. Ate goveeri ogaa nti ono alina okusamba. Unfortunately baatukuba. Bakuwa coach ye standing his ground agamba no. Team jembadde nayo.
Bana abadde ba training. Ideally, which is right.
Which is right. For me, oba abbe badungu oba asafo bani njagala obuze ku bantu bonna banali ngambye ko omuntu coach ono alina okusamba. But I would sign players. Bonanza aba signing. Bali bampa mandate kola.
Signing then no kirekera coach.
We were busy mu discipline chitutura. We are trying to organize ourselves. Obutabanga chi clubs and we run professionally because majority were bankers, others were lawyers, executive. So okugenda okulaba team abantu baze executive weze chi ningamba now this is good progress. Little did I not it. Bobali bapanga byabo. Tudde n'abantu oluvaawo until they attacked Coach Asaf. Ngabuza, what's the problem? They even attacked me, motoka, because they are mujamuchi. Pake na vayo, ngande mureka musaga. Zaya Coach Asaf ne coach omulala assistant, nemba ja kusa, nemba tola kuchi ku office. Nengendo kusibuluka.
Ngabagizi bagala kuva ku.
Nti tuduz. No, eyo game ndala. Yakataka case yali yaffe. N'abantu bakataka. Which it was resolved with police, Amechi, we made. That game ya Lugazi, I think watu batukuba. Wakalo kalungi. Zikira Lugazi was a competitor.
Okujja.
Mukujja. Mpira gwambiranye. Tukola draw. Tuli bakusatu. bali bakubiri tukoze draw twabakubiri ewaabwe ali baagala kuba coach ngamuza what's the essence eyokuba coach
munene ku munene result esobola kujja
one in fact what we equalizing in the last over second or minute about the year why I didn't know they were discussing behind my back until I came and that evening namagamba kati what are your views magada kodachi magada the coach asafa agenda namagamba agende kadi are you ready to pay him off because he has a running contract agende tujja kufuna solution okay kati mwagada amugenda waragenda musasula nenda banga I was alone in fact in the name mwami bamwita mududa against all of them
Wede tewali chamanyi Chemusto
namugamba kade take that decision in fact I'm the one who called Dungu namukubira Dungu jangu tukole antu ayino tukola wado mwami bamwita manager papa nadduka nagenda namuleeta etune tusambaza ali machi ntone zali sigaddeyo
asa fagenda okugenda ngwede muli mu kyakusatu we wanted to consolidate Dungu naye nakola omulimu mulungi we qualified in there twalina ebizibu bingi tiimu etuuse ku poliisi waliwo abapromisinze allowance zero tasasudde baani ababasubizanga sente
within ourselves executive allowance tebaafuna until zenakwatangako ngamba wa because eyo teyali responsibility yange tuvuddeyo ku Uganda Cup ku mukwano gwa Shafiki Mbogo batukubye tebasobola kukola ki tiimu eri stuck teri mmere teri transport amafuta tewali you have to go there and what pay so people abali balina okusasula abamu era as usual ne badduka netusigala nani ne Chris ne secretariat ye ne Jessica ngama katulwane at least tulaba tugenda qualifying ate twagala some years back kati era season ewedde big league totally ewedde kati obuzibwe budi Premier League
awo